guys, I hope you guys are safe at home in quarantine, but don't forget to subscribe here at Pheno Boxing and follow my personal one at Adriana_sports. And guess what? We're gonna knock out this coronavirus. Bop, bop, bop.
It is very exciting to see what's all the changes that are happening in the 154.
Yeah,
And when you mentioned,
definitely.
them possibly moving on at some point to 160, when you mentioned middleweight and even super middleweight and even 175, of course, we always think of first thing that comes to mind right now is Canelo. And I know that some
Yeah.
people have compared you to Canelo, some similarities. Do you see any of the similarities between you and Canelo?
I think that we're like built similar. I think is where a lot of it comes from. Is we're built similar, and a lot of people just say we kind of look alike, other than the red hair. And so I think that's where a lot of it comes from. And then also when I just coming up, he was like my favorite guy. Him and a few other guys, but he was one of the main guys that I watched just growing up in the amateur, since he turned pro so young. And so I've definitely picked up on some of his tendencies that I've kind of made my own and things like that, and some of my mannerisms in the ring. And I think that, people are starting to notice that a little bit. And, it's kind of a mixture of a few different people that I've watched growing up and things like that. But, yeah, I can see where people would kind of get that comparison. He's definitely one of my favorite active guys in the game right now, for sure.
And speaking of Canelo, there's been talks about him going back to 160 and taking
Yeah.
on Golovkin for the Trilogy. Are you
Yes.
interested in seeing that fight?
I am interested. I mean, look, Triple G and him are both warriors, and I feel like they're like kind of born competitors against each other, like born rivals. And even though I think that Triple G is kind of not the same version of himself that fought Canelo the first time, and I also believe Canelo is just a even better version of himself that fought the first time. Like, I feel like they're kind of going separate ways. Like, Canelo's going right up to the peak of his career, and then Triple G's kind of crossing over the hill a little bit at this point. And I personally think if they fought again, that Canelo would end up stopping him. I believe that pretty strongly, just with the way the last fight was going, and even more time has gone since then. And then also Triple G's last fight, he didn't really look like his best self. And I think that if Canelo fought him now, I think that Canelo would probably stop him, and the ref would probably step in and beat him. But I think that Triple G is definitely not going to go anywhere easily, and he's a warrior, and he's not gonna lay down. So it's going to be a heck of a fight the whole time. So definitely I'm interested in seeing the fight, because any way you slice it's going to be an entertaining fight. And I think boxing fans kind of get spoiled sometimes. I think especially with Canelo, with the way that people kind of criticize, like, every move he makes isn't the right move. It seems like when you read comments and you see what people say about him, every move he makes is the wrong one. I mean, who's chasing greatness more than Canelo right now in the sport? He basically can just take his pick and fight anybody, and I believe he's going to get to everybody in his path. And who else has options in 3 different weight classes?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, a guy with that many options, people are going to want to see him fight different people. But he can fight anybody among 3 weight classes. He's basically controlling all the divisions. If not controlling them, he's definitely at the top of each division, or near the top. And he's definitely making moves like nobody else is. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe here to Pheno Boxing and follow us at all our social media platforms at Pheno Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana_sports. Enjoy.